This is the mystery of Pentecost. It looks a bit like a parable, because the parables are also in boxes, but their boxes are gold, and this box is bright red. So I wonder, I guess it's a bit like a parable, but not quite a parable. Let's open it up and see. The story that we're saying today is, I guess you can guess, the red story. It's the hot Pentecost block, the block that we've all been waiting for. There's only one red block in the circle of the church here, and that Sunday is today. There once was a great tower. The people who worked on this tower, who built the tower, they all spoke the same language and everybody understood each other. They worked very well together. As the tower grew taller and taller, they started speaking in different languages, more languages. They also started forgetting why they built the tower. And as the tower came closer and closer to God, the people became proud. They started thinking that they are greater builders than God. They also started thinking that they are greater builders and better builders than the other groups of people. Soon, their talking was replaced by a huge noise. It made no sense, and everybody was babbling. No one could understand what they were saying. Soon after that, the tower collapsed. All the languages were shattered, and even though they were beautiful, they were now broken. This tower was called the Tower of Babel. Thousands of years passed. Jesus was born, and Jesus died. But even though he died, the people still saw him, and he was still with the people, much like he is with us here today. The people kept seeing him in different places, and they could not let him go. Then something amazing happened. The disciples were all in Jerusalem. And here they are. Peter, James, John, Andrew, Philip, Bartholomew, Matthew, Thomas, James the Less, Simon, and Jude. There were only 11 disciples because Judas Iscariot has already killed himself. Jesus came and he took the disciples outside of Jerusalem to a mountain called Olivet, or as far as Bethany. While they were here together, Jesus went up, and soon the Holy Spirit would come down. As the disciples went back into the city, they were filled with joy, and they went to the temple to pray. While they were in the temple, they all went into the upper room, and with the help of God, it was decided that Matthias will be chosen in the place of Judas. On Sunday, the 12 disciples were together to pray again. Suddenly, a wind came rushing in where they were together. That was the Holy Spirit. And the disciples were so filled with the power of the Holy Spirit that it felt like they were on fire. Their tongues were on fire. As they were rushing out into the streets, they found that there were people from different countries, all speaking different languages. As the people saw the disciples, they could see that they came close to God and that God came close to them in a new way. It didn't matter anymore that everybody spoke in different languages. The 12 disciples had become apostles, and from now on they would go into all the corners of the earth to tell this wonderful story. And since then, Pentecost has been celebrated exactly this way, so that we can remember that day. Now I wonder which part of the story you liked the best. I wonder which part of the story you found the most exciting, or where you can see yourself in the story. I wonder if you have ever experienced anything like what happened in this story.